Hello, everyone, and welcome to my Vedic astrology update. So, today we are standing in a very rare moment in time. We have a new moon at 3 degrees and 15 at Aries, Ashwini Nakshatra. So, this is also in Aries Navamsha, which makes this a Vargottama moon. So, what does that mean? Vargottama, Aries, Ashwini, a lot of terms. This is not just the beginning, this is a pure beginning, a beginning that is undiluted, uncompromised, and if we're honest, a little dangerous. So, because Aries doesn't ask, "Are you ready?" It says, "Move." So, what is a fresh start? What does this new moon in Ashwini represent? What part of you reacts? Is it hope? Is it pressure? Uh, because many people, a fresh start is not really freedom. It's a burden of expectation. Or the things that I think this new moon is asking us is, I should be better. I should be different. I should finally become who I imagined. And the truth about new moons is not about coulda, woulda, shoulda. It's bringing a fresh start, not about becoming somebody else. So I'm asking you, and I think this is what the universe is asking all of us, is we need to become honest enough to just begin where we actually are. And in Ashwini Nakshatra, which is the first nakshatra or cluster of stars that starts the zodiac, it doesn't refine, it doesn't perfect, it initiates us. Okay. And this initiation always begins with standing in pure, undiluted truth. So let's talk about this Ashwini energy given to us by this beautiful Vargottama moon. It's a healer that moves really fast. You can see the horses in the car. The Ashwini Kumaras are the physicians to the gods. And it's about movement, courage, power. And it's Shakti, which is a spiritual gift, if you have any planets here, is the power to quickly heal and reach desires. So it's because it's ruled by the Ashwini Kumaras, the divine healers. Here's what most people tend to misunderstand. They don't heal slowly, they heal quickly. They heal through taking action, through movement, through momentum. This is why so many of us, I think, feel right now restless, a little impatient, ready to break out of something that we've been stuck in for a long time. Because this new moon is saying to you, stop trying to perfect your healing before you can begin your life. All right. So now we need to talk about what's happening immediately after this new moon, because that's really important. And one of the main reasons I came on for a pop up today, because this is where things are going to get really intense. We have multiple planetary wars in sidereal Pisces, and this is April 18th through the 22nd. So this starts tomorrow. We have Mars going to war with Saturn. They're currently in Uttarabhadra right now. So if you have any planets in this nakshatra, prepare. We also have Mars going to war with Mercury, and then Saturn going to war with Mercury. So all of these planets are going to be going head to head with each other. And then Neptune is involved too. So this is not the subtle energy. This is a collision-based energy. And in Vedic astrology, a planetary war is called a graha yuddha. It means two forces or more competing for dominance in the same space. So where is this happening? Like I said, in the sign of Pisces. This rules our subconscious, our illusions, spiritual surrender, escapism. And what does it create? An internal contradiction. And this is definitely getting sparked by this new moon in Ashwini that's going, hey, wake up, let's go. Okay. So if you're feeling a little bit of internal contradiction after the new moon, you'll want to act. But Mars is going to be blocked by Saturn. And if you want clarity, Mercury's confused in Pisces, and it's also going to be going to war. And you want peace, but there's going to be a lot of agitation out in the collective. So this is why you may feel maybe a little emotionally overwhelmed, a little mentally foggy, and we're all going to be spiritually tested during this time, especially light workers, because again, this happens in sidereal Pisces. And if you look at the the difference between Ravati and Ashwini, which is the last nakshatra and the first nakshatra, it creates what's called a Gandanta, or a spiritual dot. So it's kind of like a rebirthing process. Okay. So, and welcome everybody. Oh, you're feeling it, Shem. Yeah, you're not alone. So, and Leech, we're talking about the astrology in the sky right now. Okay. All right, so let's look at what's happening globally right now, because the outer world reflects the inner war. Okay, so, and you've been super tired, Jane. I hear you. So I'm gonna give you some remedies at the end of this. So there are some rising tensions in and around Iran, including some military pressure, some blockade threats. There's some wars going on in the sky over the next few days, so we can expect some intensity there. There's intelligence reports that are warning about conflicts that are far from over. It's just going to go on for a bit. Political battles and surveillance debates are intensifying, at least in the United States and other parts of the Western world. And there's renewed scrutiny of the Jeffrey Epstein files, with hearings and testimonies emerging from that as well. So know that this is not random. This is Mars at war. He is the god of war, with Saturn, who's karma, and Mercury, which is truth. They're all colliding in the sky. So this reveals a deeper pattern for all of us. The world is asking what has been hidden, what has been avoided. And then Pisces answers, everything rises eventually. So I'm going to read you a story that really struck me for the moment in time that we're living in. Okay. I went ahead and I consulted Sadhana. This is by Swami Sivananda. And he writes a really good depiction of kind of what we're seeing right now. So there are four thieves, they call them dacoits, and they're walking through the jungle path, and this is very early in the morning, and they find a sadhu. This is a holy man, and he's running along the path, and he goes, death, death, worse than death. I am not afraid of a lion or a tiger, and I wore my tiger jewelry today. But this money, this is the greatest destroyer of the world. And puzzled, they moved forward, and they find four thieves with 2 bags of money, laughing and joking amongst each other. The chief feels hungry, so he sends 2 of his companions out to fetch some food. And while those 2 are away, the chief and his deputy gloat over the prospect of a rich share of the loot. So malefic energy enters their heart, that little demon on the shoulder. And a thought occurs to them that if they do away with the other 2, just take them out, they could get the larger share of the money. And so at the same time, the 2 who had gone to the bazaar to get what the chief asked for got the very same idea. And so they said, hey, if we kill the chief and the deputy, we could get all the money, and we could get more between us. So they mixed poison in the food that they fetched from the bazaar for the chief and the deputy to eat. So they returned to the hideout where all 4 of them are sitting and looking over the loot. And they placed the food in front of the chief and the deputy. Suddenly, the chief and the deputy spring upon the other 2 thieves, and they murder them. With a doubly gladdened heart at the prospect of a greater share of the money, they begin to eat the food, and then the poison kills them. So this is a really good lesson for all of us, because Subho and Vivek are the 2 people that are along the path watching this tragedy between the 4 thieves. And they muse, Lord Yama, which is death, is nothing before this killer of the very soul of man and humanity, money. They learn money, or greed, is the root of all evil. So in this story, we have 4 men. We have 2 bags of money. Their thought is, if I eliminate the other, I will gain everything. Then what happens? They all die. Not from poverty, not from lack, but from greed and mistrust. So this story it mirrors the astrology that we're undergoing right now, because the planetary wars create the same psychology: competing desires, distrust, short instead of long-term thinking, and self-sabotage. So who was the real killer here? It wasn't the poison. It wasn't the violence. It was greed. So I did pull some cards for this, and the first card I got was the Three of Pentacles, okay? And then I got the Four of Swords. Now, this is perfectly aligned with the astrology that we're going on right now, because the Three of Pentacles is all about collaboration, building something meaningful, learning through others. What is the astrology? Can you work with others without competing with them? Okay. And then we have the lovely Four of Swords. This is about rest, withdrawal, and integration. So these are the antidote to the planetary wars that are going on in the sky right now, because everything's going to be colliding over the next week. And the answer is not more action, it's intentional stillness and cooperation. Okay. So the really cool thing that's coming up on the 19th, 2 days from now, is we have what's called Akshaya Tritiya. And that means that which is never diminishes. So whatever you do on the 19th multiplies. So what should you do? Not just buy gold or perform rituals, because those are some things that people do on this day as well. You can give without expectation. You can start a new project that's aligned with your truth or your purpose. You can offer gratitude. You can feed others, because that's going to build all that beautiful karma, good karma. You can invest in something that has long-term dharma as well, because this day bypasses karma. So right in the middle of these wars, we have this really bright day that you can take advantage of. Now, yes, it is a bit of a brutal planetary dodgeball right now. And then, yes, it's a big cluster of planets, Delphi. That's what I'm talking about, the wars that are coming up, and then the new moon and everything. So thank you for joining us. Okay, so let's get a little practical and get some Vedic remedies for these planetary wars so we can prepare. Now, Mars, he is the planet of agitation and conflict. Here he is with his little spear on his ram, okay? And all of the planets represent various personalities that are within humanity. So a really good mantra that you can say to avoid agitation or conflict to kind of calm the energy is Om Kram Krim Kram Sa Bomaya Namaha. And this is best said on Tuesdays, Mars days, okay? And this, you could also do some physical movements, some walking, some yoga, nothing really aggressive, because you want to keep your energy calm, and definitely avoid arguments, okay? And then the next planet is Saturn. There he is there on his crow. So Saturn, he can bring a lot of pressure and fear into the collective when he's at war. So ways to mitigate this is you can give charity to the poor, the elderly, and the laborers, because that's who he represents. You can light a sesame oil lamp on Saturdays, or just a candle, and practice patience consciously, because that's going to help with both with Saturn and the Martian energy, okay? And then Mercury can cause some confusion and some overthinking, especially being in Pisces and at war, because he's debilitated in Pisces. So a really good mantra for Mercury is Om Brahm Brim Brahm Sa Buddhaya Namaha. Okay, you can journal to clear your mind and work out anything that's kind of bothering you or causing you to overthink, and reduce any digital noise in your environment. I find that that's very helpful. So a Piscean remedy that you can do, and this is very important because that's where the wars are taking place, is water can become medicine. So you can take a spiritual bath. You can practice silence. We call that mauna in Sanskrit. You can pray or meditate. Another thing you can do is, because Ketu's the south node, he's going to be aspecting the sun, and Kalsarpa, which is when all the planets are hemmed in between the north and the south node, which cause eclipses, is going to end. But by April 26th, like I said, Ketu's aspecting the sun, and the Kalsarpa yoga phase is starting to thin out. So this is kind of a karmic release time, and this release can bring a little bit of disillusionment, and it's really important to see something clearly that you didn't want to see. Like, don't put those rose-colored shades on. Really see things for the reality in which they are, because that's what this new moon is trying to initiate you into, okay? And if you look at the deeper lesson here with this new moon brings, and you're in that category, rose blue, you've been watching a lot of fictional stories and way less political news. Okay, all right. Well, let's return to just kind of the original reflection here. What part of you do you think you need to change under this moon in Ashwini? Because that's what it's asking us. And the truth is, danger right now is not failure. It is self-rejection disguised as growth. So people are saying, I need a fresh start. What they mean is, I need to become acceptable. Okay. The new moon says accept first and then change. And that's very difficult for a lot of Western minds to wrap our heads around, because we tend to just go, do, and try to be the best version of ourselves, not the other way around. So right now, the world is showing us something very clearly. There's a lot of wars happening on the outside, there's a lot of planetary wars going on too. They've been going on for a few months now. And now that they're culminating in Pisces, there can be some confusion in leadership. Some more hidden truths are going to be resurfacing, and there are going to be more power struggles everywhere on a global level. So the real battlefield, though, is not out in the open. It is here. Okay. But it's between who you are and who you think you should be. And like the four thieves that I mentioned in the story, they died because they couldn't trust. The world is struggling right now because it can't integrate. It's struggling to work and cooperate with one another. And you suffer when you reject yourself, because a lot of the fear and anger and things coming out of the collective really does come from fear of death, fear of rejection, not getting the love that maybe you deserved or needed. Okay. Because a lot of the people that are acting out right now, if you look at their childhoods, they weren't great. Okay. So this new moon in Ashwini, it's not asking you to be perfect. It's asking you to be real enough to begin. So start messy. Start honestly. Just start where you are. And know that because that this is really the only true place that a fresh start can come from. So I hope that that was helpful, that you guys got something out of that. That's my new moon mission. There's just message for the day. Rose Blue says, a couple of bad habits I need to stop. Current events ain't helping. Yeah, so here's the thing. You just do you. Take it one day at a time and don't stress yourself out too much. You can be as messy as you want in the beginning, and give yourself that beautiful grace to just breathe. And like I said, the two tarot cards I got was collaboration, working with others, and rest. So don't take it all on your shoulders, Rose Blue, and anyone else feeling that way. Know that when you collaborate with others, whether that be, like if you have a bad habit, you can go to a therapist, you can talk to a friend, you could even go to AI and say, hey, how do I fix this? Okay, collaborate. You're not alone. And then give yourself a break every now and then. You don't have to do everything at once. There's no need to stress, because that's what these wars, that's what this planetary energy is causing us to do, especially with all the stress that we've been under. And I heard, write what I want to release, stop, and then burn it in a tin can. That is so Ashwini. I love that. That's fantastic, because this is a healing nakshatra. We're allowed to be messy here. It's like going to the doctor and saying, okay, this is the first day that I'm going to stop filling in the blank. I know that I'm going to need help through this, and I'm going to need to take some breaks and maybe have some cheat days. That's okay. Don't take it on all at once. Okay. And you're so welcome, Jane. Thank you for joining. So that's the main energy that I got from this moon. I did feel a little bit of the collective anxiety this morning, and the guides just said, go online, talk a little bit about it, because we do have a lot of wars coming up. It's going to be pretty intense, but you guys have got this, and give yourself the grace to grow. And know that you do not have to be perfect. You just have to show up and do the best that you can every day. And if you slip up, or if things are a little messy, okay, move on. New day tomorrow. Okay. So give yourself the same grace you would give your best friend, your child, someone that you love more than anything in the world. Give yourself that same grace, and try not to feel the pressure that these wars and that some of these other energies coming out of the collective are causing. Okay, and what I wore today was I wore my tiger. I married a metal tiger in the Chinese astrology, so he bought me these tiger earrings, a tiger necklace, and a tiger ring when we first got together. And it just kind of reminds me that my strength comes from within, but every now and then I deserve a good cat nap, just like the rest of us. So I hope that that was helpful, everyone. Know that you've really all been in my thoughts lately. Jonathan, like I said, we both get up at 4 a.m. and we do our mantras. And whoever asks for healing or mantras, and a few of you in the audience, we include you in that. So know that, like, even if you're going through some stuff, you've got us on your team. Okay. And you guys are always welcome to email me. My links are in the description. I'm at astrologicaltarot.com. And we're here to help. We're here to collaborate and be together. Okay. So, and you're trying to be a little less messy. Give yourself the grace to, I will include you, Rose Blue. Sounds good. Oh my goodness. Oh, so, and I'm so glad that that was helpful, Delphi. You're such a sweetheart. All right. Well, I hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of the week. I'm going to be on Monday giving readings. And let's hope, we can get online and the planetary wars don't mess with the electronics. But I do look forward to seeing you then. I'm on every single Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern. So I hope you're able to join me, bring your personal questions, and I can help answer a few of those for you. So I'm sending you all love as we go through this next week. It's going to be a little intense, but know that we've got this. And again, give yourself that grace. And yes, Shem, you can be included as well. All right. Om Shanti. Om peace, om love. Take care, everyone.
Sacred knowledge from the stars. Vedic truth heals ancient scars. Mantras clear the karmic way, bringing light to guide each day. Let the planets show their signs as the cards and stars combine. Ancient